This 13-year-old girl actually levitated walking on the wall. How did this happen? In fact, the principle is very simple. Now I use the hands of the cigarette to do a demonstration. Put it on the hand with the middle finger against, slowly release the palm of the hand, 321 on the levitation. I take the middle finger away, the cigarette can still be suspended in the air, can follow my gesture slowly levitation. The cigarette can also penetrate my hand, proving that there is no problem around, and finally slowly fly to my mouth. It's amazing. Learn this magic trick and show it to your friends.
This man, whose name is Ovaku, is an African shaman, and here we can see him preparing himself for a levitation. This will take place as soon as darkness begins to fall. The images which this film has recorded are scarcely to be credited. There are no hidden supports or pulleys to be seen. In spite of this, Ovaku actually rises off the ground, and it seems as though he is floating on a cushion of air. The German commentator cannot believe his eyes. There is no question that this is a trick or an illusion, and he's absolutely convinced that he's witnessing a miraculous event, and that the film is incontrovertible proof that levitation is indeed possible. A second cameraman can now be seen hurrying to the side so that he can get close-up pictures of the fascinating event. Could it be that there are in fact invisible fields of force which this shaman is able to take advantage of? The shaman's breathing has become unusually fast, and his face is contorted with the effort of the undertaking. Could the technique which we are witnessing here be the very same technique which is said to be practiced in India and in Tibet? Ovaku then suddenly drops back down to the ground like a stone.
This 15-year-old magician was performing a rose levitation trick. He waved his hand up and down to prove that there weren't any strings around it. It was amazing. It's actually quite simple. I'm going
to charge this negatively, and then charge the pan by induction. Did you hear that? Yeah. It's charged positively by induction. Now I'm going to use this little mini Van de Graaff. It's called a fun fly stick, and it'll charge this very, very thin piece of foil positively. See that? And now that I've charged the pan positively, the pan repels the foil, right? And it's not magic. It's not Wingardium Leviosa.
I got my 20-year...
This mysterious footage...
Come on, let's go! Let's go.
We can levitate.
Yes, levitation is real. Please pay attention. We can float in all gases, air, water. It's all buoyancy, and we're full of gases. Gases rise. Buoyancy, the ability or tendency to float in water or air or some other fluid. We can float in all gases, all elements. It's buoyancy. See, look, this is density. A rock has density. When you're too dense, you cannot float. Even in water, where's gravity? Gravity doesn't exist for that. But look, this is buoyancy, the ability to float. It's still a balled up piece of paper, just like aluminum. It all has weight. It's just whether it's buoyant or not. Buoyancy, the ability to float in gases or liquids. We can float and levitate in all things. Buoyant, able or to stay afloat or rise to the top of a liquid or gas. Gas. This is why they levitate. Methane. All these natural elements burn and give off sulfur and methane. Gases.
Levitation in New York.
And now, levitation. Are you? You got your camera there, dear. I told you bring it, Yang. You can put it zoom. You got your camera there. Zoom it. Now remember. Oh, this guy's good. Come on, this guy's good. That's what they say. I'm working on it. I'll get there. The yin and the yang, just like a ballet, of a battery. You got your camera there, my man? I told you, zoom it in. There goes Granny! Now, what's the next one? I'm sorry, hold on this second. We got a camera on there. Alright, here you go. The yin. The yang. Hold on, slow down. What the fuck?
Hey, this nigga ain't got no achievement. Man, get the fuck out of here, dog. Oh. Man, hit that ball again.
Tell him to hit it. Hey, tell him to smoke it. Hit it.
Oh! Man, that motherfucker called. And I got it on camera.
I don't use condoms. I don't.
Levitation, I told you. Yin and yang.
Look at this shit, man. Man, he deserved it.
Hey, hold up though before you start the crazy shit, bro.
Man, my battery going dead. Damn. Man, I don't even want him next to my pocket there.
Levitation.
Got my. So, you know, you got the yoga position with the pineal gland, Christ consciousness. The lotus position is the main position used in the flow of prana, in other words, demonic spirits, to help the clearing of the mind in meditation. Here goes an illustration of people using meditation. Look at the hand sign, look at the circle of fire. You ever heard of yoga Satanism? Right? That's good. We'll get into that later. We're going to stretch this. That's the dude of the Order of the Nine Angles. Notice the position he's sitting in. He's a cracker. He's a troglodyte. Okay, I broke this down. Right? He broke the world of witches, outlaw peasant sorcerers, so-and-so sacrifices. That's a troglodyte.
Здравствуйте,
Right,
меня зовут
baphomet
Ангелия.
Barbie. Okay. You know, this is kind of like behind the veil. You dig what I'm saying? Because you're getting in the new age. You're getting into alchemy. Right? You're getting into chakras. I told you kabbalah. Merkabah, kabbalah. Right? You're getting into new age. You're getting into, you know, kundalini sex energy. Let it run.
Levitation. Is it possible? It is possible. How does it happen? There are many ways, or there are certain ways through which you can become less and less available to gravity. There are certain practices, certain kriyas through which you become less available to gravity. Because of this, one may levitate, it's possible. Or when your kundalini raises with tremendous force, one may not levitate, but you can see one's body just taking off by itself and landing. It doesn't stay there, but it takes off and lands, takes off and lands. I have no intention of floating. Levitation. Is it possible? It is possible. How does it happen? There are many ways, or there are certain ways through which you can become less and less available to gravity. There are certain practices, certain kriyas through which you become less available to gravity. Because of this, one may levitate, it's possible. Or when your kundalini raises with tremendous force, one may not levitate, but you can see one's body just taking off by itself and landing. It doesn't stay there, but it takes off and lands, takes off and lands. I have no intention of floating. Levitation? Is it possible? It is possible. How does it happen? There are many ways, or there are certain ways through which you can become less and less available to gravity. There are certain practices, certain kriyas through which you become less available to gravity. Because of this, one may levitate, it's possible. Or when your kundalini raises with tremendous force, one may not levitate, but you can see one's body just taking off by itself and landing. It doesn't stay there, but it takes off and lands, takes off and lands. I have no intention of floating.
Attention.
This is not just trick levitation, this is lifestyle. If you want to, you need to change your life. The best way, when you live alone, without nobody, like monks, you know, like Chinese monks, which live somewhere in the mountains, you can learn it without any distractions. Yes. Plus, you need to forget about lots of junk food.
It's bad for your life period, I believe. So this is really, really important for not just levitation, it's for lifestyle, for living a better life period.
Like balancing stuff, balancing on some object. Yeah, it was very difficult to do, and he make noise like very a special noise.
Other than physical work, you actually doing mental programming. You're working your mind to learn this sound and remembering. But there's more obese out there.
Yeah. They keep themselves in good shape.
This training was not done in one day. This was done almost regular basis. You had to take time to work your mind and body.
This is not...
What if levitation was real and people have been doing it for thousands of years? Yeah, I call bullshit. Nah man, did you know that most major religions have accounts of this? Including 10 different accounts in Christianity, because I already know what you're thinking. It's demons! Ah! How did you know that was what I was thinking? Because humans are predictable. Let's go over all the major accounts of levitation through history that will blow your mind. Okay, but they aren't real, so. Did you ever think that they don't want you to think that it's real to stop you from accessing the power from within yourself? There's so much evidence of this, I don't even know what tradition to begin with, but I'll keep the stories brief because there's so many stories. You know what, let's speedrun Christianity to begin with. Saint Joseph of Cupertino. He reportedly began levitating while still an apprentice, and the instances grew in frequency and public visibility as he advanced in his religious life. His most famous incident occurred during a procession in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi. Caught up in his devotion, he supposedly flew over the crowd and landed in front of the altar, staying suspended in prayer until a superior ordered him down. The incident was seen by many, and word of the flying friar quickly spread. The friar's fame eventually reached Pope Urban VIII, who reportedly witnessed one of these levitations. So homeboy just levitated over everyone and the Pope saw it too? Yeah, apparently. It gets wilder. Then there was the Spanish mystic Saint Teresa of Avila. This is all Christianity, remember? And she experienced what she called raptures, during which she felt her soul drawn into union with God. During some of these raptures, witnesses claimed to see her levitate. In her own account, Teresa described feeling as if she were being lifted up by a powerful force outside of her control. She sought advice from other spiritual advisors, fearing that these episodes were the work of the devil, but was reassured that they were a sign of great favor from God. Oh yeah, and then there was Saint Philip Neri, who is known as the Apostle of Rome and was also associated with incidents of levitation. He was said to go into states of spiritual ecstasy and levitate, particularly during the celebration of Eucharist, One Christmas, while giving the sermon, Philip was seen to rise into the air. He remained there, suspended before the altar, until the end of his sermon, to the wonder of his congregation. Why don't we hear of anyone going into these states nowadays? Actually, there are cases that are closer to our time period of people going into these states, but usually people are so skeptical nowadays that they just write everything off as BS.
I got to go to hold on, wait before you take off. I'll come back. You to my head, come back. Hey, that nigga in hood doing the magic shit. They doing real deal magic. You got to have a string on their finger. On my finger? Ain't no string. You can't have no string, you go behind the back. Oh, you got a string. Where the string at? Where the motherfucking string at?
Please never do this to me.
Oh my gosh! Hands like this.
If you see some levitation where the people are really close, it can be two ways. The first way, it can be fake, or 90% it is fake. I explain you why. Because when you levitate, you have to be more alone, not let the people close to your biofield, to your aura, to your energy field. Because you have to concentrate, you have to make a double, you have to make many things, and when there are people there, they can disturb you with their energy. So if I see this, it can be also possible, but all people should have some special way of thinking. They have to support him.
Don't eat junk food, don't eat sugar, don't sit too much on computer, don't play games in a phone, in computer. Go outside and improve your body, improve your mind. Don't eat.
Okay. So you see this levitation meditation is associated with yoga, right? This is I might drop a part 2 about yoga, but this is a part of yoga, right? You see the monks, right? Now you see the 666 hand sign that go along with it, the yoga hand sign, right? Okay. Now we showed you they got African levitation, they got India levitation, you got American walking on water. Okay. So let's peel the layer back. You know, where's this coming from? Where's this coming from? What's an old ancient picture of somebody sitting in that pose? Right? What's a example of that levitating, legs crossed pose? Right? And I think we see what it is. Right? Muhammad or Baphomet been floating, been levitating. Right? Remember that story Shannon Sharp said it seemed like Michael Jordan was levitating. Right? But this is more ancient than, you know, people doing levitations for tricks and magic and all that. This is what I believe is the origins of the legs crossed levitation. Remember, dude had the ring of fire. See the circle of candles, the ring of fire, right? Circle of fire, the ring of candles, right? Baphomet was the first Like, so, what's the coincidence, right? You don't never really see, only time Jesus levitating is when they, on the crucifix, right? He ain't never sitting in that Indian style pose, right? But you always see Baphomet got the yoga pose. But here we go right here. Invocation of Baphomet. Right? There you go. You happy with that? Look at Jesus upside down. Boy. Got him sitting on the globe. But yeah, I think that's probably what it is, the invocation of Baphomet. Maybe we'll make that a part 2, invocation. The invocation. No wonder who lifting you up, right? Who's lifting you up? Make it make sense. But I just thought that was an interesting coincidence that all the levitation, you know, even Leviathan, levitate, the Levi, Leviticus, right? Levi is kind of like evil if you flip the letters around. Look, there you go in the yoga pose again. Baphomet. Muhammad. Right? You got Rick and Morty. There you go again, the invocation of Baphomet. So that's really what you're doing when you get your crisscross applesauce on. You invocating who made it famous, who wore it first. It's like wearing a costume on Halloween. I'm emulating so and so, and I'm just showing you different pics of Baphomet cross legs. You know, the cross legs of the Templar, the androgynous cross leg of the Templar, right? To tuck your genitalia. Right now I'm like Baphomet, I got 2 genders. You don't know what the gender is. It's tucked. My legs cross. Right? So, I just thought it was interesting. You know what I mean? Then think about when things levitate across the room in the horror movie. Right? But you also got the merkabah. Like kabbalah, merkabah. Kabbalah, okay, bam, you got the chakras, you got the yoga guy sitting down, about to spin off in his, look at the yoga pose, look at the hand sign, right? So all this is kind of your segue in the New Age. Your Hindu is your merge in the New Age. Right, because you might think the merkabah and meditation is, you know, this new age. Nah, that's old Hindu, right? You think the monks, look, it hit different when you say it like that. But y'all let me know what you think in the comments, like and subscribe. I'm out.